Thanks very much for staying with us on NTV. The Kenya Ports Authority has finally implemented the presidential decree that directed all port operations to be reverted to Mombasa. KPA says that shipping lines will facilitate all importers by ensuring cargo is delivered to their preferred facilities for clearance and adhere to their mode of transportation. NTV's Kevin Mutai also reports that stakeholders in the sector have lauded the move, saying that it will create a competitive environment for doing business.
Through a communique issued by the Kenya Ports Authority Monday morning, all port users will henceforth be at liberty to nominate their customs-appointed and carrier-licensed container yards to allow for cargo clearance. KPA's directive is in tandem with the executive order issued by President William Ruto 2 weeks ago, which also gives importers a right to choose whether to transport their cargo via the standard gauge railway or by road, while notifying all shipping lines and agents operating in the country. KPA's Managing Director John Mwangemi also vacated orders put in place by President Uhuru Kenyatta in 2018 that saw mandatory railage of cargo via SGR to Nairobi Inland Depot.
This will bring about competition between SGR and road transport. Let the importers choose where their goods will be cleared and how it will be their goods will be transported. I believe competition brings about two issues. One of them is better quality of service, and number two, better prices.
This will now see crucial facilities such as container freight stations return to Mombasa, which according to shippers offer critical services such as negotiating for credit facilities and extra storage days, which will save them from incurring demurrage charges at the ICDs. This will also create jobs and restore Mombasa's economy, which largely depends on the hundreds of millions of shillings as revenue collected from port services.
Kenya Railways and KPA and some of the stakeholders in the rail need to come together to devise ways to be more effective, more efficient, to attract cargo.
But last-mile transportation of cargo towards hinterland is likely to force the Kenya Railways Corporation to adjust its tariffs to attract business from countries within the East African community.
We want even that one for South Sudan or to Rwanda or to Uganda or any other transit destination. Let all the business come back to Mombasa. Let importers choose where they want their cargo to be delivered. This is the freedom that we ask for, not just for local containers, but also for transit cargo.
Last week I was in Kigali and I met stakeholders, and they are all hopeful that they want to involve their stakeholders to pick cargo from Naivasha. They have always wanted to use the rail to Naivasha and hopefully even use the inland waterways through Kisumu.
Cargo manifest released by KPA 6 days ago shows that at least 30 ships will call the port of Mombasa in the next 2 weeks. In addition, 16 vessels are expected to arrive with cargo containers, 4 vehicle carriers, 8 conventional cargo vessels, as well as 2 tankers that will also discharge during the same period. The new directives will further sink the creation of the Kenya Transport and Logistics Network into the deep blue sea that was intended to consolidate the leadership of KPA, KRC and KPC parastatals. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.